there, happy Tuesday. Although it's not been a bit of a happy Tuesday for me, I've been a bit poorly sick. Still, one of them things, I don't know what I ate, but something I ate disagreed with me, obviously. I was going to do so much today, and of course it never got done. I've got a doggy over there sleeping on the sofa, and I've got a dog behind me, a little dog behind me, acting like a back cushion, yeah. Well, I have actually managed to do a little bit of crochet. Not a lot, but I've done a bit, yeah. Well, you may have known, if you joined me on Saturday Night Live, you may have known I started this. I still don't know who made it because it's not got a maker on it, you know, a designer on it. I printed it off from somewhere. I printed it off from Ravelry actually, so you might find it on Ravelry, but I've got no idea whose it is. It's done in worsted weight, which I'm not using, and it's on a 550 hook, which I'm not using. Apart from that, yeah, and I put in long sleeves. Apart from that, it's exactly the same. Well, it wouldn't be me, would it, if I didn't do it differently? Anyway, I was doing it in Boho Spirit. It was called Kingfisher. Anyway, I ran out. I didn't have any more. So I found this ball, which is Boho Signet, and it's colour peacock. I had 4 of these in the shed, so I must have been saving them to do something else with them, but it's going to have to finish off. I'm not into cropped sweaters, so, you know, it needs to be, that's the sweater I'm doing, if you can see it. Oh, that was the dog snoring. It's got long sleeves, but it stopped. Stopped there. So obviously it's too short. So it's going to have a bow, you know, this colour at the bottom. It sort of goes, it's not exact. But then there's so many colours in this, you know, that I don't think one more slightly different colour will make a whole lot of difference, yeah. It's almost like the greeny stripe in it, almost. But it was the only way I could think of to finish it off. Because I don't like a crop sweater, that would have been just about to my waistline. I'm not one that likes to show off my waistline, really. I suppose if I'd have done shorter sleeves, but I don't like 3/4 sleeves. I think I've explained to you once before that if I get cold here, then, you know, I'm cold. This was a sweater, well, a cardigan. You call them sweaters in America, but I call them a cardigan. I think it was Claire that used to be Bob Wilson 123. I think it was her pattern, I'm not too sure. But I just used up different colours going down in it, you know. I'm wearing a maroon dress, which is slightly off colour to it, but never mind. And I'm wearing maroon beads with the lovely flower on them, yeah. So, purple dress wasn't quite right, and I don't have a gold dress. And I do have a grey dress, but I didn't fancy wearing grey. You know, I was feeling a bit icky anyway, so I didn't want to feel any more icky, yeah. The eyes are slightly clearing up, yeah, they're not doing too bad. If you can hear a noise in the background, that's the washing machine. I usually take advantage of using the washing machine when nobody else is in the house, you know, when I've got a chance to use it to do my washing, yeah. So that's what it is today. It's not too bad today. It's not exactly sunny, but it's not freezing. I don't have to have the fire on at the moment. Maybe later, I don't know. So I'm going to finish off this sweater, hopefully, today. Going to finish it off today. And hopefully finish knitting that last sleeve on my sweater. God, I've got me saying cardigans instead of sweaters now. Brain's gone. Yeah, I've got about, I told you, about 4 inches, 3-4 inches to do on the top of one sleeve. So if I get that, that'll be one more thing out the corner, yeah. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do then next. I did fancy making a cardigan, you know, in the squares, but done like in strips of squares rather than doing all separate squares and sewing them together. You know, solid squares, I mean, not, you know, a bit Harry Styles-ish, not granny squares. I fancied doing that. And I've also reached out some more boho spirit out of the shed, which I've got 5 of, which would be ideal because I only had 4 of the other for the other sweater and there wasn't quite enough. But I don't know whether to do this one just in the UK trebles like I've done the other one in, or whether to do it as a granny stitch. I've just seen a pattern for one of those. This one's called Petunia. It's not very, very randomy actually. It's a little bit randomy, but not much so. So I don't know whether to do. It's in the Unforgettable, the boutique Unforgettable. So I don't know whether to do a granny stitch one like this, only a sweater, or whether to do, you know, like I've done with the other sweater, just do it plain in UK treble or US double crochet. I don't know. Maybe a plain sweater. Anyway, I've got 5 of them, so I won't have to do a different colour around the bottom, will I, when it runs out, yeah? So, it doesn't take me that long to do that sweater, actually. I think it's because it was dead plain and I was watching the TV over the weekend, not that there was an awful lot on. But I was watching the TV at the weekend and just trundling along, yeah. So I've not got much to tell you today. I just thought I'd pop on because I said I would make more videos and I just haven't. I was going to go into the shed today, but I'm just feeling a bit delicate. So the shed is a long way from the bathroom, so I thought, no, I'll stay where I am, yeah. So that's about it, really. I haven't got a lot to say to you. I won't know any results from my x-rays. I won't know any results from that, you know, for probably at least another week or more, yeah. They don't rush over here in the UK. They'll send the results back to my GP, and then if my GP remembers, then he'll ring me. Oh, I think I said to you he was very, very nice, and I think he will remember. He looked very conscientious, let's just say. So I've got the doggies today because my daughter-in-law's gone over to Bury and my son's working, so I've got the doggies. We've got the back door open so they can go in and out, but I've got an awful suspicion that somebody behind me has had a tiddle in the conservatory. I think she had a tiddle before I woke up, yeah. So no doubt I shall need to go and mop that up. Still, it's all part of the joys of enjoying a dog, isn't it? Yeah. I never had this problem. Well, I did a bit with Buster when he got old, because he got a little bit incontinent, but he was very elderly. But bear in mind, this one's only 18 months. She should know better by now. But we shall see what we shall see. Anyway, I'm not stopping on long, because I've not got anything to tell you, so I'd just be waffling and waffling about nothing, wouldn't I? It was May Day yesterday. That reminded me when I was little, we used to have what we called a maypole. We used to commandeer my mum's clothes prop and put a loop on the top and fasten it round with crepe paper, if you know what crepe paper is. Put little ribbons and things on it, and we used to dance around the maypole. It's an English tradition, I think, British tradition. But they don't see it anymore. The kids today are too interested in the Xboxes and stuff like that, aren't they, to go dancing round a maypole, yeah. It's a shame, really, yeah. We were just talking about that the other day when we were singing little songs that we used to sing when we were skipping and, you know, playing with, like, we used to play 2 balls against the wall, you know, much to the annoyance of the neighbours, whose wall we were pounding on. You know, all that sort of stuff's gone. And all the little rhymes and the sayings and everything, it's all gone, isn't it? It's a shame not to keep them going. I mean, by the time the younger generation of grandparents, they won't know any of it. Can you hear her snorting? She's snuffling and snorting. You try sleeping with that. It gets much, much noisier. Anyway, my washing machine has just finished, so I'm going to have to use the dryer because it's not a good drying day for outdoor drying. I do try and dry outdoors whenever I can, you know, to save on the electricity. But today is not one of those days. Anyway, sorry it's a short video, but I suppose it's better than none at all, isn't it? So I'm going to go and put the dryer on now and upload this video. So I'll see you all very soon. Hopefully with something else to show you. Bye for now.